All right, so we're diving into RGroup Realty and Elements by Design today.
Bro.
They're making waves, And we've got a ton of info to sort through: program outlines, marketing strategies, the whole nine yards.
Right.
But what really grabs me is it's not just about buying and selling houses with them.
Yeah.
They're creating this whole ecosystem, something for everyone involved in real estate, which is really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how about you give us the rundown? What makes their model so different?
Well, they're really rethinking the traditional approach.
Okay.
Instead of just focusing on transactions, they're building a network of services to tackle real pain points in the market
Makes sense.
for agents, homeowners, investors, everyone, really.
Yeah.
It's a very interconnected approach.
I like that, interconnected.
Yeah.
And they talk a lot about being agent-centric. Sounds good on paper, but how does that actually play out in their business?
So it's about providing support that goes way beyond the typical brokerage.
Yeah.
They have these agent success coordinators, or ASCs for short.
ASCs?
Yeah, they handle the day-to-day stuff: database management, transaction coordination, even marketing support.
Wow, so the agents don't have to worry about any of that.
Exactly. It frees them up to focus on the bigger picture, strategy, client relationships, that kind of thing.
So it's not just lip service, they're actually giving agents the tools to be more effective.
That's the idea.
But does it actually work? Does this ASC thing really attract agents?
Well, their Ascend program is designed around this very concept,
Okay.
and it targets all sorts of agents, from brand new to seasoned pros.
Interesting.
By offering this level of support, they're not just recruiting agents, they're setting a new standard for the industry.
Right.
It becomes a major selling point, a reason for agents to choose our group over the competition.
I see. It's like they're investing in their agents up front, betting that it'll pay off in the long run.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Happy agents usually mean happy clients.
Right.
But let's dive into the specifics. They've got these programs with catchy names like Sell and Stay, Stay in Place, Trusted Transitions.
Right.
It's like a menu at some fancy real estate restaurant.
I like that.
So what are we ordering first? What's the most interesting dish on the menu?
Let's start with Sell and Stay. It's getting a lot of buzz.
Okay.
It addresses a common problem in a really unique way.
Okay, I'm listening.
You've got homeowners sitting on tons of equity, but maybe they need some cash now.
Right.
Sell and Stay. Let them sell to an investor, but stay in the house as renters.
Wait, so they sell their house but don't have to move?
Exactly.
Isn't that like having your cake and eating it too? I mean, do investors actually go for that? Buying a house with someone already living in it?
That's the interesting part. It's actually a win-win.
Okay.
The investor gets guaranteed occupancy from day one, a tenant who already knows and cares for the property.
I see. That makes sense.
And for the homeowner, it's a way to unlock that equity without uprooting their life.
That's pretty smart.
It even becomes a compelling alternative to a reverse mortgage.
Really? Hold on. Why would this be better than a reverse mortgage? Those are specifically for this kind of situation, right?
Well, with reverse mortgages, you're accumulating debt.
Yeah.
Sell and Stay gives you a lump sum payment, no debt.
Oh, I see.
You're essentially swapping the responsibilities of owning for the flexibility of renting,
Okay.
but you still get to stay in your home.
Interesting. So they've really flipped the script on a traditional problem.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about folks who want to stay put long term? Not just for a while, but, age in place, really age in place.
Right. Well, that's where Stay in Place comes in.
Okay.
This program combines the strengths of both our group and Elements by Design.
Oh, that's right. They're partners.
Yeah, Elements by Design focuses on the physical aspects, like home modifications and maintenance for seniors.
So making the home senior friendly.
Exactly.
And our group handles the financial side, like planning and eventually helping with the sale.
Exactly. It's about anticipating needs and providing solutions as they arise.
Okay, so it's a comprehensive approach to aging in place, not just about, grab bars and ramps.
Absolutely. It's about creating a supportive environment for seniors to thrive in their homes.
I like that.
Yeah.
But they're not just focused on homeowners, right? What about experienced agents who are thinking about retirement? How do they help them transition out of the business?
Well, they have this program called Trusted Transitions.
Okay.
It's essentially matchmaking for agents.
Matchmaking.
They connect experienced agents who are nearing retirement with newer agents who are ready to take on more clients.
Oh, I see. So it's like finding a successor to carry the torch.
Exactly. It ensures a smooth handover of the business while preserving the agent's legacy and those client relationships.
But how does this golden handoff, as they call it, actually work? Are clients just handed over to a stranger?
It's much more structured than that.
Yeah.
It's a transparent process,
Yeah.
with our group guiding both agents to create a detailed transition plan.
Makes sense.
Clients are introduced to the adopting agent well in advance,
Okay.
and they're reassured that they'll continue to receive excellent service.
Right, because that's important.
The seasoned agent is often involved in the early stages,
Right.
to ensure continuity and build trust between the client and the new agent.
That makes sense. So it's more like a gradual handover, not just a sudden see ya later
Yeah.
to clients they've worked with for years.
Right.
But with all these specialized programs, are they just focusing on niche markets? Are they missing out on the bigger picture?
It's actually the opposite. By addressing these specific needs, they're creating solutions that apply to a much wider spectrum of the market.
Okay.
They've got something for everyone. Homeowners, buyers, sellers, investors, even aspiring homeowners.
Wow, that's impressive.
It's all about recognizing the interconnectedness of the whole real estate ecosystem.
So it's like they're building a network, not just individual programs.
Exactly.
But how do they actually find all these people who need their services? It can't just be word of mouth, right?
Well, that's where their prospecting lead generation program comes in.
Okay, tell me more.
They're using data to pinpoint specific demographics who are most likely to benefit from their programs.
Okay.
Like, for example, if they're promoting sell and stay, they might target homeowners over 55 with high equity.
I see. So it's a very targeted approach, not just throwing marketing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks.
Precisely. It's about understanding the market and identifying real needs.
But how do they actually get this data, and how do they manage all these leads?
They're using a powerful combination of technology and human expertise.
Okay.
They use a software called PropStream to access property data and identify potential leads.
PropStream, interesting.
And then they use their CRM system, Brivity, to organize, track, and nurture those leads.
Hold on. So this is way more sophisticated than the usual real estate marketing.
Absolutely.
They're actually using data to make smart decisions, not just to blast out generic mailers.
Exactly.
This is pretty impressive.
It's a far cry from the spray and pray approach of traditional real estate marketing.
I'll say.
Yeah.
So they're not just embracing technology, they're using it strategically to connect with the right people at the right time.
Right.
This is definitely not your grandma's real estate agency.
Nope.
But with all this tech talk, are they forgetting about the human touch? Because at the end of the day, real estate is about people, right?
Mm-hmm. That's where the agent success coordinators come back in.
Okay.
They play a crucial role in managing this whole process.
I see.
They're the ones making sure the data is accurate, the leads are organized, the communication is personalized.
So they're the human connection behind all the technology.
Exactly. They're the ones making sure those algorithms are actually serving human needs.
Okay. I'm starting to see how all the pieces fit together.
Yeah.
They're building a system that supports agents, engages clients, utilizes technology effectively.
Right.
But I'm also wondering, where does all of this fit into the bigger picture of the real estate industry? Because things are changing rapidly, right?
Absolutely. The industry is at a crossroads.
Okay.
And to really understand where things are headed, we need to look at the broader trends.
Makes sense.
And that's where the T360 2025 Opportunity Report comes in.
Okay, so we're going from hyper-local, this one company, to like national industry trends.
Exactly.
Okay, give me the highlights. What's this report saying about the future of real estate?
It points to some pretty major shifts coming our way.
Like what?
The push to decouple buyer and seller agent compensation,
Okay,
the drive toward greater market transparency,
got it.
and the increasing role of technology, especially artificial intelligence.
Whoa, hold on. Decoupling agent compensation. That sounds like a radical change.
It is.
What does that even mean for buyers and sellers?
Well, it would mean buyers would be responsible for paying their agents directly, potentially leading to greater transparency and possibly lower costs for buyers.
Interesting.
But it also means agents will need to clearly demonstrate their value to those buyers.
So it's shaking up the whole foundation of how agents get paid.
Yeah, it's a major disruption, forcing everyone to rethink their roles.
Wow, that's a big deal.
And it's just one of the many trends reshaping the landscape.
Okay, so we've got changing compensation models, increased transparency, AI coming into play, big stuff.
Yeah.
What does all this mean for a company like RGroup? Are they going to be swept away by these changes, or are they riding the wave?
That's what's so fascinating about our group. They're not just reacting to these trends, they're already aligned with them.
Oh, interesting.
Their focus on agent support, data-driven marketing, technology adoption, it all puts them ahead of the curve.
So they're not just surviving, they're actually thriving in this new environment.
That's a great way to put it. They're not just building a company. They're building a model for the future of the industry.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've explored our group's unique approach, their innovative programs, their data-driven marketing, and we've started to connect those pieces to the bigger picture of the real estate industry, which is really fascinating.
It is.
But we've only scratched the surface, right? There's still so much more to unpack.
Absolutely.
In the next part, we're going to delve deeper into how they're using technology and data to create a more efficient, transparent, and human-centric real estate experience.
Definitely.
So if you're ready to go beyond the basics and really explore the cutting edge of real estate, make sure to join us for part 2 of our deep dive.
It could be good.
We'll be unpacking the details of their prospecting lead generation program, their CRM strategy, and how they're using technology to empower both their agents and their clients.
Can't wait.
Until then, think about this. How do you think these trends will impact the real estate market in your area? Because the future is being shaped right now, and it's a conversation we all need to be part of.
Absolutely.
Welcome back. We just finished exploring RGroup Realty's unique programs and that agent-centric philosophy, remember.
Yep.
And I really want to unpack one program that really caught my eye,
Okay.
Sell and Stay, they call it.
Right.
And it's like this brilliant solution for homeowners who need cash but aren't ready to move.
Yeah.
They actually get to sell their house to an investor but stay put as renters in their own home.
Yeah, it's a pretty innovative concept.
It is. It really is.
It really challenges that traditional idea that selling means moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Our group has basically created a whole new category of real estate transaction.
Right.
And it addresses this growing need,
Mhm.
that desire for both financial flexibility
Yeah.
and staying put in your own home.
That stability, yeah.
Exactly.
And I totally get the appeal for homeowners, especially those who, have that emotional connection to their house.
Right.
But what's in it for investors?
Yeah.
Wouldn't they prefer a vacant property, one they can rent at market rates?
That's what's so cool about this model. It's a win-win.
Okay.
Investors, they get a guaranteed tenant,
Yeah.
right, from day one. Someone who already knows the property and hopefully cares for it.
Right.
And the rental rate, it's all predetermined, so it offers this nice, predictable income stream.
Mm.
It really minimizes those risks that come with vacancies and tenant turnover and all that.
So it's like a built-in safety net, especially in a market that can be unpredictable, right?
Right.
But how does Sell and Stay stack up against something like a reverse mortgage?
Okay.
Aren't those designed for those older homeowners who want to tap into their equity?
Well, reverse mortgages, they can be an option, but they have that big downside.
It's
Accumulating debt.
yeah, right.
With sell and stay homeowners, they get that lump sum, free and clear.
Right.
No loan hanging over their head, which is a big relief for a lot of people.
I bet that is a huge advantage, especially if you're worried about burdening your kids or your heirs,
Exactly.
But don't they still have to pay rent even though they, technically sold their home?
Well, yes, they become tenants, but they get to stay in that home they love.
I see.
And a lot of times, those rental payments, they're actually lower than what they were paying on their mortgage before.
Oh, interesting.
Plus, they're no longer responsible for, property taxes, insurance, maintenance costs.
So it's like all those headaches of home ownership, they just, poof, disappear.
Right, they're trading all those burdens for the simplicity of renting.
Mm-hmm. So it's like this hybrid model, kind of the best of both worlds, owning and renting.
Yeah, you could say that.
It's a solution I haven't really seen anywhere else, and it really shows our group's willingness to think outside the box.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, let's switch gears for a second, talk about Stay in Place, another program that caught my attention.
Sure.
This one seems to be all about, helping older adults age gracefully and comfortably in their homes.
It's a holistic approach,
Yeah.
Combining the strengths of both RGroup Realty and Elements by Design.
That's right. Can't forget about the partnership.
Yeah, Elements by Design. They handle all the physical aspects of aging in place, home modifications, making things accessible, ongoing maintenance, that sort of thing.
Got it.
And our group, they come in on the financial side, helping seniors manage their money and plan for their future needs.
So it's like this safety net, not just for the physical house, but for the homeowner's overall well-being.
You got it.
But how does our group actually address the emotional side of aging in place, Because it's not just about grab bars and ramps. It's about feeling connected, feeling supported, feeling like you're still in control.
That's a really important point. You're right. It's about more than just the physical space.
Right.
Our group agents, they're trained to be sensitive to those emotional needs of their senior clients.
No?
They're not just closing transactions, they're building relationships.
I like that.
They can connect seniors with local resources, provide support during transitions, be a trusted advocate.
So it's like having a friend in the real estate business, someone who understands the unique challenges of aging. But what about, if the time comes when a senior needs to move to a different living arrangement, maybe something more supportive?
Right.
How does our group handle that?
Our group agents, they're there to support their clients every step of the way,
Right.
whether they're downsizing to a smaller place, moving closer to family, or transitioning to a senior living community.
Right.
They can help with selling the existing property, finding a new place, all the logistics involved.
So it's about making that transition as smooth and stress-free as possible.
Exactly, no matter what the future holds.
That's comforting, knowing there's a company out there that's not just about profits, but about actually caring for their clients.
Yeah, definitely.
Now let's shift gears a bit, talk about their Trusted Transitions program.
Okay.
This one's all about helping those experienced agents pass the torch to the next generation.
Yeah, it's a great solution to a growing challenge in the industry.
What's that?
We have this wave of experienced agents getting ready to retire.
Right, the baby boomers.
And we need a way to make sure their clients still get that top-notch service.
Makes sense.
So this program connects those seasoned agents with newer agents who are, ready to take on more clients.
It's like a mentorship program, but with real business sticks involved.
You could say that.
But how does our group actually ensure a smooth handover? Clients are often very loyal to their agents.
Right.
How do they make that transition work?
Transparency is key. Clients are introduced to that adopting agent well before the transition happens.
Okay.
And they're reassured that they'll still get that personalized service they're used to.
Right.
And that seasoned agent, they often stay involved in the early stages just to ensure that continuity and build that trust between the client and the new agent.
So it's not just a sudden switch, it's a carefully planned and executed transition.
Right.
I bet those agent success coordinators play a big role in this too, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're essential.
Yeah.
They can help with transferring client information, coordinating communication between the agents, all of that.
So they're the glue that holds the whole thing together.
Pretty much.
It's a great example of how our group uses their support system to benefit both their agents and their clients.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's not forget about the tech side of things.
Okay.
They're using data and technology in some pretty innovative ways.
Right.
Tell me more about this prospecting lead generation program.
So they're using this software called PropStream.
PropStream.
Yeah, to identify potential clients who could benefit from their different programs.
Okay.
It's not about, mass marketing anymore.
Right.
It's targeted outreach,
Yeah.
identifying specific demographics who are likely to be interested in what they offer.
So instead of casting a wide net, they're going after specific fish, so to speak.
Precisely.
Give me an example. How would they target potential clients for, say, the Sell and Stay program?
Okay, well, they might use PropStream to find homeowners over 55 who have a lot of equity, but might be facing some financial pressures. Maybe they've lost their job recently, had a medical emergency, or they're just struggling to keep up with rising costs.
Right. Life happens.
Exactly. Those are the folks who could really benefit from unlocking that equity without having to move.
Makes sense. So it's not just demographics. It's about understanding those life circumstances that might make someone receptive to their services.
Exactly.
What happens once they've identified these potential clients?
Okay.
Do they just bombard them with generic marketing material?
No, that's where their CRM system, Brivity, comes in. Yeah, it allows them to organize, track, and nurture those leads.
Okay.
They can create targeted campaigns, personalize their messaging, and see how those leads are responding.
So it's not just about collecting data, it's about using it to build relationships.
Exactly.
And I imagine those agent success coordinators are pretty involved in this process too, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. They work closely with the agents,
Yeah.
making sure the data is accurate, the campaigns are effective, and no potential client slips through the cracks.
So they're like the human touch behind the technology.
That's a great way to put it.
It's a really interesting blend of data-driven insights and personalized outreach,
Yeah, it's a powerful combination.
Now let's talk about another way they're using technology, their property management agent partnership program.
Okay.
They're actually encouraging their agents to offer property management services to their clients.
It's a smart move. A lot of real estate clients, they're also landlords.
Makes sense.
But managing properties, it can be a real pain, dealing with tenants, repairs, all that paperwork.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Our group, They provide their agents with access to these platforms like Appfolio and Zinspector.
Okay.
They streamline the entire process, make it so much easier.
So it's like taking the headache out of being a landlord.
Exactly.
What are the specific benefits of using these platforms, though? Like, what do they actually do?
Well, Appfolio, it's this all-in-one solution for property management. It handles everything from marketing vacant units to collecting rent, tracking expenses, the whole 9 yards.
Wow, that's pretty comprehensive.
It's like having a virtual assistant for your rental properties.
That would be amazing, especially if you've ever dealt with the administrative side of being a landlord.
It's a game changer.
And what about Zinspector?
Okay.
What does that platform bring to the table?
Zinspector's all about inspections.
Okay.
It lets agents conduct those thorough inspections, document everything with photos and notes,
Makes sense.
create reports, schedule repairs, track maintenance history, all in one place.
So it ensures that those properties are being well maintained and any issues are dealt with quickly.
Exactly.
So it's not just about making life easier for landlords, it's about making sure those properties are taken care of.
Right.
Which benefits everyone, the tenants, the landlords, even the neighborhood.
Absolutely. It raises the bar for property management.
And I bet it's a win for the agents too, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, by offering these services, they're creating this recurring revenue stream. It's a smart way to diversify their income and build those strong client relationships.
So it's like they've created this virtuous cycle, happy tenants, satisfied landlords, successful agents.
Exactly.
But what I'm really curious about is how are all these programs and services actually impacting the agents themselves?
The feedback from agents has been overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
They're saying they're saving a ton of time, being more productive, and their clients are happier.
Since working with RGroup.
Since working with RGroup, exactly.
So it's not just hype, they're actually walking the walk when it comes to agent support.
They are?
But what about the bottom line?
Yeah.
Are they seeing a return on their investment in all these programs and technologies?
Absolutely. They've seen a big jump in their recruitment and retention rates.
That's huge.
Yeah, they're attracting top talent and keeping their agents happy and engaged,
Makes sense.
which ultimately leads to better service for their clients and a stronger business overall.
So it's like they've cracked the code, figured out how to create a real estate company that actually thrives.
Yeah, they're investing in their agents, embracing technology, creating solutions that benefit everyone.
And they're doing it all while remembering that real estate is, at its core, about people, right?
Exactly.
Connecting people with their dreams, their aspirations, their sense of home.
You got it.
It's really inspiring to see a company that's not just focused on profits, but on making a positive impact
Yeah.
for their agents, their clients, and the communities they serve.
Okay.
Now, as we get ready to wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
let's zoom out a bit, consider the bigger picture.
Yeah.
How does our group's model actually fit into the larger trends that are shaping the real estate industry?
That's a great question, and that's what we'll be exploring in part 3.
All right, so stay tuned.
We're going to delve deeper into that T360 2025 Opportunity Report.
That crystal ball.
Exactly. And we'll discuss the future of real estate, the challenges, the opportunities, and how we can all play a role in shaping it.
All right, welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into RGroup Realty and Elements by Design.
Okay.
We've spent this whole deep dive exploring their unique programs, their agent-centric approach, that whole data-driven philosophy they've got going on.
Yeah, it's been pretty fascinating, right?
It really has. But now I want to kind of zoom out a bit, you know?
Okay.
Connect everything we've learned back to the big picture, the real estate industry as a whole.
Makes sense.
Because it's going through some major changes right now, a real transformation.
Absolutely.
And I'm curious, how does our group actually fit into this evolving landscape?
It's a great question. It's not enough to just look at what they're doing internally, right? We need to see how they stack up against those broader market trends.
Okay.
And that's where the T360 2025 Opportunity Report comes in handy.
Yes, the crystal ball.
It highlights those key trends that are like reshaping the industry,
Yeah, right. Creating both challenges and opportunities for companies like our group.
So give me the rundown. What are the big trends on the horizon?
Well, one of the most significant trends is that push to decouple buyer and seller agent compensation.
Okay, yeah, we touched on that a bit in the last part.
Yeah, so traditionally, that seller's agent, they pay both themselves and the buyer's agent.
Right.
But now there's this growing movement to have buyers pay their agents directly.
So instead of the seller covering both agents, the buyer would pay their own agent directly.
Exactly.
That's a pretty big change. How would that impact the industry?
Well, for buyers, it could mean more transparency.
Okay.
They would know exactly how much their agent is actually getting paid.
Right.
And it could also create this like more competitive market for those buyer agent services.
So agents would have to be more upfront about their fees and what they bring to the table.
Yeah, exactly. They can't just rely on those traditional commission structures anymore.
They'd have to prove their worth. Right. It's a shift that's forcing agents to be more entrepreneurial, more client-focused.
Interesting. And this aligns with our group's whole philosophy, right? Empowering their agents to provide exceptional service.
Absolutely. It's like they saw this coming and started preparing years ago.
Wow, they're ahead of the game.
But decoupling compensation is just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay, what else is on the radar?
Another big trend is this drive toward greater market transparency.
Makes sense. I feel like consumers in every industry want more transparency these days.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
People want more information, and the real estate industry is starting to respond.
How so?
We're seeing these online platforms popping up everywhere, providing detailed property data, market trends, even agent performance metrics.
Wow, so it's like taking the mystery out of real estate, giving buyers and sellers more control.
Exactly, and it's putting pressure on those traditional agents to step up their game, be more knowledgeable and transparent.
They can't just schmooze their way through deals anymore.
Right, they need to provide real value and demonstrate their expertise.
And I'm guessing technology, especially AI, is playing a big role in all of this.
Oh, absolutely. AI is like revolutionizing how we buy, sell, and manage real estate.
Okay, give me some examples.
Well, we're seeing these AI-powered platforms that streamline property searches, automate tasks,
Okay.
provide personalized recommendations,
Yeah.
even predict market trends.
It's like having a real estate supercomputer in your pocket.
Pretty much. But don't worry, agents aren't going extinct just yet.
Phew, some of my best friends are real estate agents.
The role of the agent is evolving, though. It's less about transactions and more about guidance, expertise,
Yeah.
building those relationships.
So instead of just opening doors, they're opening minds, helping clients navigate all the complexities of the market.
Precisely. And that's where our group's agent-centric approach really shines.
How so?
By providing their agents with those cutting-edge tools and support systems, they're equipping them to thrive in this new tech-driven world.
It's like they're not just adapting to change, they're embracing it, using technology to enhance their human touch.
Yeah, and that's a key differentiator for them. They're not just focused on profits, they genuinely care about creating a positive impact.
For their agents, their clients, and the communities they work in.
Exactly.
It's refreshing to see a company with such a forward-thinking approach really taking a holistic view of the industry.
It is.
But as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to bring it back to the listener, the person listening right now.
Great idea.
We've spent all this time exploring our group's model, but what does it actually mean for you?
Yeah, think about it. How did these trends we've been talking about impact your own experience as a buyer, a seller, or an investor?
What role do you see technology playing in your future real estate decisions?
And how much do you value that human element in this increasingly digital world?
These are questions worth thinking about because the future of real estate is being shaped right now.
Right now.
And it's a conversation we all need to be a part of.
Absolutely. So stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.
Because this industry is changing fast, and it's up to all of us to create a future that's innovative, ethical, and really serves the needs of people.
Well said. And that wraps up our deep dive into RGroup Realty and Elements by Design.
We hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insights, maybe even spark some new ideas.
Yeah, and remember, the future of real estate is being written right now.
And we're all part of the story.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.